What's going on, guys? This is Noah here. Welcome back to another video on All Things Noah YouTube channel. In this video today, we're going to be talking about Sony's announcement that they're going to be removing physical copies, which this one right here, one of the games right here, that Sony is basically going to be getting rid of basically this physical game copies, which I am a pretty lucky one to have actually digital copies of these games, which is Minecraft Story Mode, one of my favorite all-time games of all time. And we're going to actually talk about it here and what my thoughts and opinions of the good side of digital gaming versus physical copy games. So let's definitely get right on to it. So, physical copy games. So physical copies, when you actually would buy them from an actual retailer like GameStop, Best Buy, Walmart, all those places that would own physical game copies. So I'm going to give you an explanation with this, of course, with Minecraft Story Mode right here, which we're planning on to stream this game when we actually reached 300 followers on Kick. That'll actually will be doing a marathon for it. So when we do reach that goal, so when you open it up, just like this, like a normal physical copy game. So you go ahead and open it. This opens up, and it gives you a disc right here. So basically, Sony is basically getting rid of the disc, which physical copy is definitely towards the end of its basic era, and it is unfortunate to see physical game copies actually go. So it is very unfortunate for physical game copies to go, but they will still live in my memories when I actually had physical game copies. So that's what basically Sony is basically trying to do, is to basically get rid of physical game copies, since we know we're actually going into a digital age era. So of gaming. So that's how it's basically going to be. I mostly buy my games through digital because, with physical game copies, you would have to be very, very careful to make sure it doesn't get scratched or anything. And if you actually did, the game wouldn't really work anymore. So that was definitely one of the main problems with physical game copies. But the problem with it now, when Sony does get rid of this, that if the game server of the network for PlayStation and Xbox and Nintendo, if those actually would go down, then you wouldn't be able to have access to that game. So that's kind of the downside to it. And even if you are on a not on a really good internet connection and you're having trouble connecting to the internet really well, then that's when physical game copies comes to play, because you're basically the owner of the game, but the companies say that you're not the ownership of the game, that you don't own the game at all, that you only are the one responsible for the access of the game. So that's kind of the negative part that I've noticed with a lot of people, that they do need to work on definitely ownership when it comes to owning a game. So I feel like that's kind of the frustration with a lot of people. So that's kind of the downside to it as well with physical game copies, because basically you own the game and you download it, but when you download it, when this thing happens, then there's going to be a lot of updates, and you kind of just want to get into the action. But unfortunately, that's not going to happen. So if I play this in the next couple of decades in 2028, depending how long I'm going to be in consecration, but I already know I'm going to be doing this for quite a long time. But if I continue to play this on physical game copies, I won't be able to play this. But this game I will have to actually will buy. But I know Xbox is working on a digital uh, disc feature, which basically, if you get a digital physical copy game and it comes with the disc, but it will be actually digital only, is how they're actually going to make it work. So I'm kind of interested to see how that actually works when they eventually launch that later on. But I feel like Xbox is going to kind of like slowly kill off physical game copies because Xbox is not really that aggressive, but versus Sony and Nintendo. Because if you look at Nintendo right here, this is a never copy as well, physical game copy of Legends of Zelda Breath of the Wild, Nintendo Switch 1 edition. So when you actually open this as well, you put this little cartridge in your Nintendo Switch 2, but with if it actually goes away, then I wouldn't be able to basically won't be able to play that. But I will have to actually buy the game, which is kind of, you know, BS, you know. But it is what it is. Nothing I really could really pretty much do about it. So, but yeah, um, I think digital gaming is definitely going to be the one that I know a lot of people are pretty much afraid of. That if you definitely get banned on your account or basically like that, you basically will lose your whole entire library that you won't be able to re-download those games ever again, which that is kind of the drawback to digital gaming. But don't get me wrong, I do love digital gaming. I really do. I really do like one games that you can actually just download without having to have a physical disc. So I do like that about digital gaming, and then you just download it right to your console. But the only drawback to it is, like I said, if the server goes down for a whole day and you just want to play a game or something on physical copy, you won't be able to basically do that when the game server actually goes down. So you basically won't have really much anything if this direction does end up going where I think it actually goes. So that's definitely the drawback to it. Um and definitely for sure, I know a lot of people, a lot of gaming collectors are going to be a little bit upset about it, and I've seen a lot of it actually right now that it's become a really big problem. But they always will live in my memories of when I actually got into gaming and just going to stores and actually buying physical copies of games and actually playing them. So, and I do like the mix of both doing physical copy and digital. So, I do like both sides, but it is unfortunate that physical copies is kind of getting close to it on its way out. But I really hope not. But I know a lot of people are fighting for it to happen. I know a lot of people are trying to fight it to get physical copies going again, but I don't feel like that's really going to happen the way it's been going. But let me know down in the comments down below of what your guys' thoughts on physical game copies and what was your favorite game that you actually got from physical game copies. Let me know down in the comments. Drop a like on the video if you did enjoy it. Be sure to also share out the video to all your fans, all your friends, your family, to bring people over to this channel to actually push out the algorithm to more people. So I hope you guys definitely enjoyed it. This is Know the Gamer Away here. I'll see you guys in the next one.